Cosplay Kitchen. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be giving you a tour of our home at Christmas. Now it dawned on me, most of you have probably never seen our home before, so let me give you a little bit of a heads up. Our home is not a traditional home. If you follow us on Instagram, you may have noticed that aside from doing cosplay and recipes, we also make props. We're also pretty big Disney fans in this home. So our home looks more like a Disney theme park than it does a traditional home. So keep that in mind, because what you're about to see is a little bit different than what you might expect in a traditional home. Now this year, our Christmas decorations got an amazing bonus because we were with the wonderful recipients of a Christmas giveaway from Robeson of Kenwoven Designs. So we got 3 enormous boxes of amazingly gorgeous Christmas decorations that fit perfectly in with what we currently have. Now our downstairs, we have 2 different themes. Our main living space that we call our Great Hall, that one has a red and silver theme with little touches of gold. Our kitchen, however, is primarily based off of my Swedish heritage and has Swedish Christmas decorations. But in order to make it have a cohesive, coherent feel, we needed to make sure that there were things connecting the two. The 2 things that connect it are, 1, a particular shade of red that continues through the entire downstairs. Now that shade of red comes from the other thing that connects them is holly. We have touches of holly all throughout the downstairs, again, to help maintain that cohesive feel. So something that's very important to both of us is bringing in our family history, who we are. Both Camera Guy and myself were very close to our grandparents. So we have all throughout our Christmas decorations little bits and pieces that came from our grandparents that are inside of our home. The other thing that we love is we love to restore and collect antiques, anything old. We love to have things that have a history behind them, and we absolutely love anything that we can restore ourselves. Right here, the first thing that I can show you is one of the things that I got from my grandmother, who is one of my best friends, is she collected Santa Clauses. So all over the house, you're going to see these really beautiful Santa Clauses, or at least I think they're beautiful. Camera Guy thinks they're creepy.
Disco boot Santa.
He calls this one Disco Boots Santa. I love him. I think he is adorable, and he enjoys hiding him throughout the house in places including, but not limited to, the refrigerator. So another thing that we do for every season, we switch out all of our picture frames. It's a really inexpensive way to go and bring in the season. We go for a very vintage feel, looking like the postcards that were sent in roughly about 1910 to about 1940. That's mainly what you'll see inside of these picture frames. The other thing that we love are these beautiful little trees. We actually got them from Target last year, and they had them again this year. They were wonderfully inexpensive, I believe about $3 a piece, and they add this wonderful touch of snowy greenery to the room. So down here, you're going to start to see some of our Santas again from my grandma down here at the bottom. And again, some more of those amazing Christmas trees that we got from Target. Also, everywhere that we can, we are sticking little bits of holly to bring in that feel. To, like I said, make sure we have something coherent going from the kitchen over to the living room. So even though they technically have 2 different themes, there's still a feel going from one room to the other. So keeping with the idea that we love to bring in who we are and our families, our Christmas tree does the same thing. Several of our ornaments are ones that are special to us, who we are, and the things that we've experienced throughout our life together. But also making sure to keep it within the theme, we have that red, gold, and silver inside of the tree as well. This year, like I said, it got an amazing boost from Robeson and Kenwoven Designs, including these amazingly beautiful flickering candle lights. They create a beautiful warm glow and create some amazing shadows up against some of our ornaments. Now behind me, you may have seen this if you've watched some of our newer sidebar episodes with our new backdrop. This right here, this box, believe it or not, this is our bar. It is one of the very first things that we ever built for our home, and it's what contains all of our liquor right inside of here. The other thing that we have right here, once again, we have one of Grandma's Santas. And I know I keep bringing it up, but it's one of my favorite things at Christmas. If you are also a fan of Rebecca Robeson, you might recognize these beautiful tall Christmas tree topiaries as they were featured one year on her mantle. So that might look a little familiar to you. Like I said, our home is a little different. If you'd like to see a tour of it outside of Christmas time, let me know in the comments below. Now back to Christmas, because that's what we're really here for. So over here in this corner, this is where we hang our stockings. Now these stockings are really special to us. Yes, they might look a little on the rough side because I made them very early on in my sewing experiences, just before Camera Guy and I got married. In case you haven't figured it out yet, he is my husband, and next month we'll be married for 9 years. So while they're a little rough, to us they are special. Also over here, we have inside of this little cabinet, we have a few more of my Swedish objects. So welcome to the kitchen. If you've seen our kitchen reveal, then it's gonna look very familiar to you. If you haven't, be sure to check it out right after this video. So over here, we're starting in on our Swedish Christmas decorations. Above me says God Jul, which is how you would say Merry Christmas in Swedish. I get asked that by anyone who comes into the kitchen. And we have several of my decorations right here. Some of them are new. I purchased them myself, most of which were made in Sweden themselves, and some of them are a little on the older side. This one actually used to belong to my parents, and I believe was probably made sometime in the 80s, so it's not really that old itself. Over here we have something that, if you are not familiar with it, is going to look a little old, a little weird. We have the Yule goat. If you don't know what the Yule goat is, it is a giant goat that is in Sweden that's made of straw, and very unintentionally, accidentally, every single year is lit on fire. Look it up. It is extraordinarily entertaining. But we have the Yule goat here in our kitchen. Now, a lot of homes will have the little porcelain Christmas villages, and while I do really love those and think that they are adorable and elegant, we're a little bit more whimsical here, and we're both really children at heart. So we have our Lego Christmas village. Every year for Camera Guy's birthday, which happens to be in November, my parents give him a new piece to our Lego Christmas village. So every year it expands and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You remember earlier when I told you that I love all things mid-century modern? Well, our bedroom is done up in mid-century modern. I give you a greater tour of it, but it's still a work in progress, and it has a little bit of a ways to go, as well as our Christmas. But in the meantime, here's where we're at so far. The colors we use are champagne and cobalt blue. So on both bedside tables, we have small champagne colored tinsel trees, as well as one in the corner, this elegant 5-foot tall champagne colored tinsel tree with cobalt blue poinsettias that we got from Hobby Lobby. We had a hard time finding just the right cobalt blue ornaments, so we made our very own custom glitter balls. If you're a big Disney fan like us, this wreath might look a little familiar to you. The base of it, the base white tinsel wreath, we actually were able to purchase and used to be a decoration for Small World here at Disneyland in California. However, all of the lights and the bulbs themselves were added on by us. So again, trying to bring in that cobalt blue feel into the room, and also making sure to add in that mid-century modern feel. So thank you so much for joining us today for this tour of our home at Christmas time. Again, also thank you to Rebecca Robeson of Woven Design and Shioda Design Center for helping to bring in a little bit more cheer into our holiday season with some of those incredible decorations that came in the 3 giant Christmas boxes. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season and a very Merry Christmas, and I will be seeing you in the new year.